I believe, and so do not suffer so much, and when I think of my calling, I do not fear life.
You have found your way. You know where you are going. But I am still groping in a chaos of phantoms and dreams, not knowing whom and what end I am serving by it all. I do not believe in anything, and I do not know what my calling is.
Listening.
Hush! I must go. Goodbye. When I have become a famous actress, you must come and see me. Will you promise to come? But now...
She takes his hand.
It is late. I can hardly stand. I'm fainting. I'm hungry.
Stay and let me bring you some supper.
No, no, and don't come out. I can't find the way alone. My carriage is not far away. So, she brought him back with her? However, what difference can that make to me? Don't tell Trigorin anything when you see him. I love him. I love him even more than I used to. It is an idea for a short story. I love him. I love him passionately. I love him to despair. Have you forgotten, Constantine, how pleasant the old times were? What a gay, bright, gentle, pure life we led! How a feeling as sweet and tender as a flower blossomed in our hearts! Do you remember? All men and beasts, lions, eagles and quails, horned stags, geese, spiders, silent fish that inhabit the waves, starfish from the sea, and creatures invisible to the eye. In one word, life. All life, completing the dreary round set before it, has died out at last. 1,000 years have passed since the earth last bore a living creature on its breast, and the unhappy moon now lights her lamp in vain. No longer are the cries of storks heard in the meadows, or the drone of beetles in the groves of limes.
She embraces Treplieff impetuously and runs out onto the terrace.
It would be a pity if she were seen in the garden. My mother would be distressed.
He stands for several minutes, tearing up his manuscripts and throwing them under the table, then unlocks the door on the right and goes out. Trying to force open the door on the left.
Odd. This door seems to be locked.
He comes in and puts the chair back in its former place.
This is like a hurdle race.
Arkadina and Paulina come in, followed by Jacob carrying some bottles. Then come Masha, Shamraeff, and Trigorin.
Put the claret and the beer here on the table so that we can drink while we're playing. Sit down, friends.
And bring the tea at once.
She lights the candles and takes her seat at the card table. Shamraeff leads Trigorin to the cupboard.
Here is the stuffed seagull I was telling you about.
He takes the seagull out of the cupboard.
You told me to have it done.
Looking at the bird.
I don't remember a thing about it. Not a thing.
A shot is heard. Everyone jumps.
What was that?
Nothing at all. Probably one of my medicine bottles has blown up. Don't worry.
He goes out through the door on the right and comes back in a few moments.
It is as I thought. A flask of ether has exploded. Spellbound, once more I stand before thee.
Sitting down at the table.
Heavens, I was really frightened. That noise reminded me of...
She covers her face with her hands.
Everything is black before my eyes.
Looking through the pages of a magazine, to Trigorin.
There was an article from America in this magazine about 2 months ago that I wanted to ask you about, among other things.
He leads Trigorin to the front of the stage.
I'm very much interested in this question.
He lowers his voice and whispers.
You must take Madame Arkadina away from here. What I wanted to say was that Constantine has shot himself.
The curtain falls. End of Act 4. End of The Seagull by Anton Chekhov.